New Horizons has been constantly shrouded in myths. Everything from your island having a 99,000 bell spot to making Orville blush brings you good luck. With a bunch of information out there, it's so hard to tell what's right and what isn't. If someone tells you that if you turn off a campfire at an island, there's a 74% chance that that villager won't turn up again, it's kind of easy to believe. But I'm here to bust these myths. Grab your Nook book and start taking notes because we're diving into the nitty-gritty of New Horizons. So many myths to talk about. Where should we start? Let's go over to Mr. Captain here. If I clap at him, he'll give me a better chance of finding a rare Captain Island, right? Nope. Just like how blushing at Orville does nothing, clapping, blushing, dancing at Captain also does nothing. There's no evidence of any data mine that proves any of this either. I've done a lot of reactions to these characters over the years, and they never freaking help me. Instead, their return reactions are just supposed to be cute, immersive additions rather than a fully fleshed out mechanic. Except Captain here, he just stares at you. He chillin', man. If Isabelle says her horoscope is lucky in the morning announcements, then money trees will work, which I'm assuming means that if you plant 99,000 bells, it will return the 3 bags of 99,000 bells to you. Isabelle is solely here to announce the day and any events that are happening. Sure, back before the update where Nintendo let her announce which special characters were on the island, her announcements seemed pretty useless. Maybe there was something hidden inside that we couldn't see. Maybe we needed to read between the lines, but no. That's literally all they were. Just useless. Another cute addition to immerse us more into this deserted island that we had built up. Whatever Isabelle says does not affect your day. However, we do have a character that can give you good luck. Her name is Katrina. Paying her to tell you your fortune can give you some extra luck for the day. Or bad luck, but whatever. There is a fortune that will give you more money from the glowing spot, but this still doesn't guarantee you full money from your money trees if you plant a specific amount. That's just based on RNG. The most recent villager that has moved onto your island cannot have a thought bubble. Okay, this one's like half true. I think when they say thought bubble, they mean a move out thought bubble. Thought bubbles can also be regular requests. They don't always mean your villager wants to move out. However, every villager that wants to move out does get a thought bubble. This is where this myth is actually true. The villager that was the most recent to move onto your island, whether by villager hunting, autofilling, campsite villager, or amiibo, won't ask to move out. If you want to get them the heck off your island, you'll have to invite someone new in. Then that original villager won't be the newest villager anymore, and they'll be able to move out at some point. Talking to villagers on mystery islands makes them show up less often when you continue villager hunting. I understand why villager hunting has so many myths, but this one is very much not true. Speaking to the villagers does nothing except give you a chance to accidentally invite them if you talk to them twice. I've almost done that a couple times and it's really scary. Even though I wish with all my heart there was a quicker way to find the dreamy you desire, there's nothing special you can do to increase your villager hunting odds. Just grab your tickets and hope for the best. There's no better way to villager hunt because the way a lot of us use these Nook Mile tickets wasn't the intended way. We weren't supposed to use hundreds or thousands of tickets to find one neighbor. We were supposed to print maybe like 10 or so tickets and take those on our merry way to find the best villager we can in those 10 tickets. But I do enjoy me some long villager hunts, so honestly, I'm here for the unintended way of playing this game. Your first camper will always be ugly. Okay, I'm not sure whether I should label this as myth or not since it's kind of personal preference. Your first campsite villager will always be from the smug personality. And let me tell you, there are definitely some uggos in this group. If you aren't a fan of any of the smug villagers, then this myth is true for you. But the game isn't coded to make your first campsite villager always ugly. You could get Marshall, or Henry, or not him, or Huck, the dreamiest dreamy of all the dreamies. But this guy will always be a smug. Stupid Hans. I had to uggo. I got to uggo. It's Hans. Stupid Hans. Burying turnips stops them from rotting when you time travel. Okay, this one I actually had to try out myself before I could properly say whether it was true or not since I've never actually tried it, but my initial assumption was that it was a myth. So I talked to little old Daisy May and attempted to bury some turnips. You can only buy turnips on Sunday morning, so time travel away. These vegetable root things will only last until the following Sunday. Once 5 a.m. on Sunday hits, these things are toast. And not the good, delicious toast, more like the moldy, burnt, soggy toast that you just gotta throw away. They will be rotten, so you'll no longer be able to sell them for a profit. If you buy turnips for the week, make sure you sell them before Sunday hits. But if we leave these buried and time travel to the following Sunday, will we dig up rotten turnips? Yeah, I was kind of excited for this one, not gonna lie. I think this myth comes from previous games where the red turnips existed. These worked differently than the normal white turnips that we're used to in New Horizons. The red turnips, you had to plant them and water them every day, and by the final day the turnip would grow and would guarantee you a profit. Not as ludicrous as the profit you can get from regular turnips, but it gave you something, as long as you logged in and watered them every single day. Clearing your switch's cache helps you find your villager when villager hunting. This does nothing. It might help stop your island from lagging a little bit, but if you just have a ton of furniture everywhere, you're kind of out of luck there. The lag will always exist. Nothing, I repeat, nothing helps your luck when villager hunting. The game doesn't know who you're looking for. The game doesn't know who was popular. You have no control over the situation. Besides maybe a few things, like if you're trying to find, I don't know, one of the deer, you invite all the other deers onto your island, but if you're already inviting all the other deers, why not just invite that one deer that you want? I don't know. Just understand your odds of finding your dreamy with the video that's just conveniently in the iCard for you up there. You just click that and then you'll know everything about villager hunting. Everyone's island has a specific spot on their island that will always give them a 99,000 bell money tree. I wish this is how money trees worked. To give you a quick summary, after you dig up a gold spot, you have the ability to plant money, which will grow into a tree. The amount of bells you bury determines what you could potentially get back. There's a 30% chance you receive triple of what you buried. So if you bury 99,000 bells, there's a 30% chance you'll receive a tree with 3 bags of 99,000 bells, or 297,000 bells in total. But it doesn't matter what spot you bury your bells in. Trust me, I have filled my entire island with money trees. I know how this works. Also, data mines tell us literally everything else about money trees, so I don't know. I feel like this is a weird one that they would have missed if they did miss it. That's it for today's episode of Mythbusters of a game that blew up, so it has a lot of lies attached to it because 40 million people bought the game. If you have any myths that you're curious about, throw them in the comments. I want to see them. Otherwise, stay classy, San Diego.